Hi, cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. Today is Friday. Woohoo! June the 3rd, 2022. Okay, let's get right into this. Okay, we see Kyle and Jack are talking, and Jack is just like, "This ain't got nothing to do with you," because Kyle is trying to get him to open up about what happens between he and Phyllis, and Jack is just like, "This has nothing to do with you. It's none of your concern. What goes on between Phyllis and I is not your concern." He said, "Well, she is my mother-in-law, but it don't mean she did." I said, "What is going on, sir? Is that you wanted Diane to stay, and it drove Phyllis crazy?" And now it's ruined her relationship with Jack because Jack has gotten his feelings hurt. And you know what? I didn't know Jack was this sensitive. But okay, but Jack has gotten his feelings hurt, and now he all upset with Phyllis and don't want her anymore. That's what's going on. He was already insecure that maybe she didn't really want him. Which Jack, you know, Phyllis wants you, but I mean, it is what it is. He didn't want to hear that. And so he tells Kyle stay out of it, but he does tell him, "I'm gonna buy Marquetti." And so, Jack and Summer, I mean, Kyle and Summer are going to be at home because he's buying the company. So then we go to Phyllis, and she's with Summer, and she's telling Summer, "Leave me alone. I don't want to talk about this." And then Amanda comes up and she says, "See, I gotta work, because they're doing the launch party for Winter Chancellor Hamilton at the Grand Phoenix." And she says, "I gotta work. They're waiting for me in the ballroom and all this." And Amanda says, y'all, Phyllis, you could, if y'all got something going on." And she was like, "No, no, no." So she tells Summer, stay out of it. So then Summer reluctantly leaves, but then Amanda says, you got to tell me what's going on. Pause right there. So then Summer goes back home to the Abbotts, and Jack abruptly leaves. Like, he's like, "Okay, I got something to do." So he leaves or whatever. And Summer was like, "That was abrupt." And she was like, "What's going on?" And Kyle said he doesn't want to talk about it. She said, "My mom didn't want to talk about it either." And so he says we should stay out of it. I said, "Well, I've been saying you should stay out of it." I mean, I agree with Jack and what and Phyllis as well. Like, this is their adult business, like, because they're their children, even though Kyle and some are adults, that y'all are their children. Y'all don't need to be in their love life and business and everything. And Kyle pretty much said that the Summer, we got to stay out of it because they are, they're our parents, but they're adults and we don't have a say in that. And she was like, "But," and he was like, "No, we got to stay out of it." And I was like, "Yes, yes, be those children that actually stay out of your parents' love life. Don't be bold and beautiful in General Hospital." Anyways, then we see that he tells her that Jack looked at the numbers and every dad looked at the numbers and everything, and we're gonna get to come home. And they were like, "Yes." And then they get a message. They said the restraining order has been filed, and they said either he's gonna leave or we just pour gasoline on the situation. But Summer don't care because she's ready to go. I'm like, "How?" But Kyle is not. I'm like, be a little bit. No, his mama ran away too, so I can't say be strong like your mama because she ran away too. So, anyways, then we go to back to Phyllis and Amanda. So Phyllis and Amanda are sitting down, talking or whatever, and she tells her, "It's Diane, it's Diane, it's Diane. Diane just drives me crazy. I thought I was over it, but she gets under my skin, and I did something stupid." And she told her what she did, and Amanda said, "Phyllis, that is not good." I said, "Well, I guess it's just me that don't feel like it was that bad. Like, Jack should know how Diane affects a man. I mean, Phyllis, and I don't know." Like, she said, "Now," but anyways, Amanda said, "Now, Phyllis, what I asked you, were you just doing this with Jack because of Diane?" She said, I lied to you, I lied to her." She was like, "I was lying to myself." And I was like, if you would have this open, honest conversation with Jack, he would probably be more receptive of it. Because make no mistake, Phyllis wants Jack. She does. She's always loved Jack or whatever. She just Diane just brought the different aggressive, anxious, insecure side out of Phyllis or whatever. And she's like, she just I despise her. I detest her, she said. "I detest Diane." And Amanda was just like, "You got to get your control over it." She said, "But just because you had this mishap doesn't mean you're a bad person, Phyllis. You're not a bad person." And I said, "That's all right, Amanda. Be her friend, but tell her the truth too." Because she told her, "This is bad, girl. I don't know. You better talk to Jack." But that's all with them. Let's move right along because I'm telling you, this wasn't much on a scale of 1 to 10. I forgot to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably a 7. I'm just gonna give it a solid 7. So then we go to, who do we go to next? Child, we go to Tracy. Tracy shows up while Diane and Allie are talking or whatever, and Allie's like, "Please join us," or whatever. So Tracy's like, "Okay." And Tracy said, "I think we're missing each other." And she says, "I'm a night owl." And Allie's like, "Oh no, I get up early, go for a run, and do all that kind of stuff." So like, see, that's why we miss each other. But Tracy's like, "It's so good having you in the house, and everything." And she says, it's nice to have the Abbott household full of people because, for the longest, it was just she and Jack, or whatever. And so now Summer is back. Summer and Kyle are back with Harrison. Allie's there. So it's, Jack and Tracy. So it's more, it's just more people there. And they like having, it full again or whatever because I don't think Ashley stays there. But, anyways, they're talking and everything, and Allie just is like, I thought I knew what I wanted to do with my life, but I'm not sure or whatever. And so Diane was acting like a pessimist because every time Alec would say something, she was like, "Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's big," and all that kind of stuff. And Tracy is more optimistic, where she's like, "Now you have all you can explore things. You like come look at Jabot. You want to go to the lab and look?" And she was like, "Yes, I would love to." And Diane was like, I said, "Diane, I know you're not jealous." Like, that's the only thing I can get is Diane wants this connection with Allie, and she sees that Tracy is having that connection or whatever. Because Diane wants a way in. I'm telling y'all, Diane wanted to use Allie as a flying monkey because that's what narcissists do. But anyways, so she realizes that, okay, I got my, I love having family here, and it's just been nice. Allie says, getting to know everyone, and she says, but she wants to go to look at Jabot. She said because she doesn't know, she might want to tweak her field, her field of study a little bit. She said she and Ashley don't work on the same and everything, but she's interested in it. And then she knows that her dad used to work at Jabot with Jack as well, so she's interested in that. So then we see Noah come up, and they talk about the grinning soul in the latest podcast, and they have completely different views. And so Tracy and Diana looking at them like, okay, because they're going at each other, but it's real cute because you can see the budding romance that's gonna happen, even if they don't see it, they see each other's. But Tracy said, "Why don't you two go somewhere else and talk? I need to talk to Diane." And they was like, "Okay." So they went in. So Noah and Allie went and talked, and they just talked about, exploring life and how, you think you want one thing and something else comes, and everything. It was it. They just had a nice episode. Excuse me, nice conversation about, different ventures in life and different ways to find your passion and your love in life and everything. And so then Diane, and that was it with them, y'all. So then Diane and Tracy talk, and she says, "Yes, I'm so glad I introduced Allie." And Tracy said, "Diane, I've already thanked you. Like, do I have to thank you every single time? Um, I see you. I thank you for that." And she was like, "Oh." And she said, "Tracy, you're so kind and something." Tracy said, "Diane, stop trying to flatter me," because Tracy like, that's not gonna work. You used to have a little more finesse. And Diane said, "Okay." I mean, because Tracy, she doesn't dislike Diane or anything, but it's not like she's just. Tracy's just a sweet person, so she's always gonna be kind to you or whatever. So don't be as Tracy, but don't be as Tracy because she's not that type of person, and or whatever. So Diane was just finally like, "Okay, I'm sorry. Let's just have a conversation and talk," because she did say that she's planning on staying a little longer, and Tracy just looked or whatever because she already know Diane, even though Tracy says, Kyle has to make his own decisions and everything. She already knows Diane is after more than just being there for Kyle. Moving right along, then we see who else was on this episode? Victoria and Nikki. And they done cut this trip short. I said it was heck of a short because y'all wasn't even off the soap for a whole week. By the time you factor it, like the 5 days, by the time you factor in everything. So they've come back from their trip, and Nikki said Victoria was the one who wanted to cut it short, and she said you haven't talked about anything, and it's clear that Victoria, like, why did y'all think a trip away was going to automatically make Victoria's feelings for Ashlyn just disappear? And Victoria was like, I'm so glad you planned this trip. I said, I thought you said you had planned it because I remember you said we have to share a suite, but whatever. Um, it's clear that her feelings for Ashley have not disappeared. Nikki is very concerned about this, and so she tries to get Victoria to talk about it. And Victoria says, "No, I'm not going to talk about it to anyone because y'all just want me to feel how you guys feel or whatever. So I'm not going to talk about it to anyone, not even you." And so Nikki text Victor and said, "We're back from the trip, and I don't think it worked. It didn't. It didn't." And so then we see that Victor is in his office. He receives the text message, and then Ashlyn comes in because Ashlyn was at the hotel when he got served with papers. And he told Victor, "You're behind this, aren't you? Don't deny it." And Victor said, "Why would I deny it? I told you." I told you what was happening if you kept messing with me. And Ashlyn is like, I love Harrison. I've done nothing wrong to him, and I wouldn't hurt him or whatever. But he says, but you did my daughter, and you lied to her, and you manipulated her. Technically, you did hurt Harrison because you did tell him you were dying. Like, you made that little boy think you were sick. And if this goes to trial, you're not gonna win, just like Nina didn't win. Like, but anyways, Victor just tells Ashlyn tells Victor, I want to change. Like, we're the same. And Victor said, don't compare us and stop trying to get my um, compassion. He said, actually, talking to you is actually pathetic. Like, he said, if I didn't despise you so much, I would feel sorry for you. He said, because you have no remorse and now you just want people to feel bad or whatever because you're losing everything. I'm paraphrasing. Y'all know how I do. And Ashley is just like, um no matter what you do, Victoria loves me and she will always love me. And Victor says, get out of town. What, you've caused enough harm, and if you love these people the way you say you do, you would leave and get out of town and never come back. And Victor was yelling and slammed that book down. I said, okay, Victor. Y'all love it though. Y'all love when Victor get like this. But anyways, so Ashlyn leaves. Victor goes over there to Victoria, and he says, "I have great news. And I'm got Ashlyn locked out of town forever. Like, got him out of our lives." And Victoria, what did you do? I said, Adam, you didn't have to do nothing to your plan. Victor did it for you. So then we see that Ashlyn is packing up his things. But then on the previews, they show that, I said, is Ashlyn dreaming or Victoria dreaming? They show that Victoria's like, she in a bathrobe talking about, let's start over and start for real this time. And then Jack is telling Phyllis he done with her. And I said, well, Jack, be with Diane because that's where this storyline is leading to anyways. I don't even care no more. And then I can't remember who else was on there. But anyways, that was the Young and the Restless today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't subscribe, that's okay. I'm still gonna be putting these videos out for you. But hit that like button for me. All right, bye. Oh, I'm sorry. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you on Monday.